it said the reason why I like having my phone is because I monitor comments while I'm on my laptop.
You can do that on your laptop. It's a computer, babe.
Yeah, but I like scrolling through Facebook trying to look for stories, or when I do have a story to talk about, I like to view comments as well.
You can do this cool thing which is called open more than one tab.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to...
I don't gonna say anything.
Shut the fuck up. Well, I guess that works.
It's a fucking gaming laptop. If you can't freaking...
Shut up! Don't talk to me.
It was 37. And I believe we are live now. What's up, all y'all trickly bastards? Welcome back to It's 1700 Somewhere. As always, I'm Athen.
I'm Desiree.
And I'm Josh.
And he's Josh.
And he's Josh. So.
Neutral is not, or Connor is not with us this week. He is mourning the death of his hamster.
Yep, he lost his hamster this week.
R.I.P. little guy.
Well, how did it die? Did he say?
He was saying...
He didn't say.
He was saying a couple weeks ago that, he has actually been... Like, his hamster's been having issues with a wet tail and stuff like that. And his hamster was old, as it is, so...
What is wet tail?
It's basically diarrhea.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
So, and when hamsters end up getting wet tail, it's, usually the end of their life. Okay, well, that's not what I wanted to do.
That's horrible.
So, but
yeah,
you said it was old for a hamster anyways, so I don't know how to even monitor my crap.
Well, if he was here, we'd buy him a new one. Make him happy.
So yeah, there we were, just walking down the street.
So, let's talk about our week. My week has been work. And then we took Tristan to his doctor's appointment. And he has a clean bill of health. He does have a little bit of fluid still left in there. But they said over time, as he moves around and grows, the pocket of fluid will go away. So let's talk about our week. He is better. He is back at school, which he doesn't even want to be at school, but too damn bad.
Do you have a bunch of homework?
No, not really, because he's in kindergarten, so it's not really a, huge thing. But, there's some things that got sent home that we're going to be working on. Some sight words and other pieces of paper, so.
Yeah, when I was in the hospital for like 2 weeks when I was in first grade. And they made me do all kinds of homework.
They made you do a whole bunch of homework?
But what grade were you in?
Yeah, first grade.
First grade. Well, yeah, I guess first grade you're going to have a little bit more homework.
I was like, I want to do this shit. I don't even feel good.
Right.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of doing stuff and right now.
Yeah, I know.
I
haven't read.
What about your week, Josh?
I mean, it's the same old.
Same old.
Watch TV, play video games, sleep.
Drink. Get drunk.
Yeah, get drunk. Yell at Athen.
Get drunk, yell at Athen. Normal every night.
The typical.
Normal week.
Yeah. Normal week. Piss Athen off. It's not your week unless you're pissing him off at least once or twice. Like you did the other night.
I don't know. Oh yeah, I finally got my air filters in today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sent you the right size.
Yeah, they finally sent me the right size and the right amount.
Nice. So we got Dean Cerny checking in. My Aunt Debbie's checking in there. Says, hi, guys. Miss you. Love you. So, yeah.
We love you, too, and miss you. We're planning on making a trip to California soon, so.
Mickey Siverson says, everyone knock back a shot for the hamster who shot himself to death.
Aww. That's... R.I.P. little buddy. R.I.P.
That is pretty funny.
What did John Boren say?
Oh.
Said the mayor got reelected and the fire department was denied new equipment. That sucks. Colorado Springs,
That does
Colorado.
suck.
So, what were you gonna say a second ago, Josh?
I don't know. I was just trying to think of anything else that's going on in my life.
Oh.
Anything fun?
Oh, wow.
Entertaining.
So Deb's moving out to Louisiana here in a few weeks, so she'll be a little bit closer to you. You might be able to visit.
Me? That
Yeah.
won't be close to me.
A little bit closer than it is now.
Well, I mean...
Yeah. Shelly and Richie King is watching. He said, sup. Sup, Richie?
Alright, so, yeah. I still don't...
I didn't read any good stories this week at all. I mean...
I have a couple.
I read an article about what's killing people in the Grand Canyon.
Really? What's killing people in the Grand Canyon?
Yeah, that was the title of the article.
That's funny.
Did it have anything to do with the nuclear crap that was found inside the storage room?
No, it honestly was just an article about statistics telling you how many people have died in the Grand Canyon and how they've died, like plane crashes and helicopter crashes and
okay.
Falling to the fallings, you know, stuff like that. It was just like basically a statistical article.
Okay. So so this year has it been the most of the people falling to their death?
Yeah, I think they said 3 deaths already or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's already been.
They said like 15 people die there every year.
Mm-hmm. Which is
It's
crazy.
just crazy.
And like, how the hell do freaking what was I gonna say? How the hell do you not realize that freaking, you know, it'd be easy to fall off the edge of the Grand Canyon, like freaking stupid.
Well, there's that, but there's the other deaths are like drowning.
Okay.
Heat exhaustion, dehydration deaths.
Okay.
People hiking.
Those ones make sense.
Like this one lady was a marathon runner, and she decided to run like a 27 miles in the Grand Canyon, and like the temperature was like in the triple digits.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so like she was running with someone else, this guy. I don't remember the names or anything, but so she was running with him and he couldn't go on anymore. So she separated from him to go find help. He waited till nighttime when the temperatures cooled down and made his way out of the canyon. He had already been out of the canyon. And then they found her body like 2 days later. She never made it out.
Oh, wow.
Damn. Yeah.
That sucks.
That is stupid. I mean, he was smart waiting until nightfall.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, in the drowning thing, I can kind of understand because...
Well, like from people like, you know, rafting because of the Colorado River.
Yep, and the Colorado River through the Grand Canyon gets pretty rough.
Yeah, and one death from drowning was like this kid guy. I don't know what the fuck it was. I don't know how old he was, but like he was like trying to fucking mark shit off his list to do, and one of them was to swim across the Colorado River. So he jumped in and got swept away.
Was it
life jacket.
Was it specifically swimming across the Colorado River in the Grand Canyon?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because I was gonna say I swam across the Colorado River when I was fucking in 4th grade. I know, Dean. It's because Desiree gets told that her mic is picking me up, but refuses to do anything to try to fix it.
I can't fix it.
Can you turn down your inputs?
Oh my god. I might as well just go upstairs.
Exactly, and this is the problem with telling her that she's causing an echo and asking her to fix it.
No, that's not what it is. If it's causing an echo and we've already tried fixing it.
Either way, but yeah, I swam across the Colorado River back when I was in like 4th grade. Like, I used to live in Parker, Arizona, right on the Colorado River, and used to go play out there all the time. Can you talk now? See if we can hear you. No, turn your volume, your input up a little bit.
Also, I didn't read the article,
Can you hear me now?
but
Yes.
apparently, a guy threw a 5-year-old off the 3rd floor in the Mall of America.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't read the whole article, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
up.
why. I don't know why he did it, or if it was his kid. Like I said, I just read the headline, but yeah, that happened.
I think it was his kid. Let me look it up.
Like, I had it on my phone, but my phone's charging.
While we got Desiree researching that, we got some actual really big stories that happened this week. Apparently there's a staff meeting for VRS tomorrow I didn't know about, so that'll be cool. So
Are you part of the staff?
well, I'm a show host, so I'd assume so.
Oh yeah.
So we'll have to be there.
Yep. So oh wait, I missed that one. So Sylvia Brown duped millions as psychic aide and spiritual leader. That sounds like a good story. Let's get on that. All right.
What is it?
Someone named Sylvia Brown. She was she. Hold on, I got a bunch of pop-ups. I'm browsing through. All right. Jesus Christ.
Psychics. Oh God.
There's a new trailer for something. Drop frames detected. Your stream quality may be affected. Blah, blah, blah. All right. How Sylvia Brown duped millions as a psychic and spiritual leader. Sylvia Brown appeared on Larry King Live and The Montel Williams Show, wrote dozens of books, and made millions of dollars a year. But her body of work was a complete fabrication. I guess I'll just close Twitch. I don't need Twitch. All right. Old lady that said she was a psychic. For most television psychics are obvious charlatans who manipulate psychological sleight of hand. The power of suggestion and the ability to lure someone along through a threadbare detail are certainly impressive, but not supernatural. In Sylvia Brown's case, however, fame and credibility walked hand in hand for a while. At least for her devoted listeners, viewers, and readers. Dubbed America's most controversial psychic, John Ronson, the supposed medium entertained, or by John Ronson, the supposed medium entertained or fooled the public for 4 decades. Let's see, she was... Huh? Oh, I was going to say...
It just reminds me of the South Park episode.
Oh, and they may have, because this is old news, though. So, she was born in 1936. And she... The Society, 1930, a Gnostic Christian organization she founded in 1986, claims she received a graduate degree in English at an unidentified school and worked as a teacher for 18 years before training as a trance medium. What the hell is Gnostic? Would that be anything like agnostic? Are you adjusting your volume in Skype or?
I adjust. Oh my god.
So,
Are you finished reading what you're saying, or finish what you're saying?
Sorry, I'm checking out she used to be on Oprah. She did not use the article. She did not see that article coming. Alright, so, Dean Cerny's making a few jokes about the psychic in there. She didn't see that article coming. She used to be on Oprah. And then to Mickey Severson, to quote the late great R. Lee Ermey, well, no shit. So, See, goes into talking about some of her bigger predictions. I'm not gonna read this whole article. I would just it's something that popped up and I was using it to kill time.
Yeah, the whole, I don't know.
I'll link it in chat for y'all to read it if you want to. Jesus Christ, Ohio is the latest state to pass a heartbeat abortion bill. That's interesting.
It looks like we're not the only ones that didn't get the memo about the meeting. The Con 5 didn't, and several others. Didn't even know there was a meeting tomorrow.
Oh. So, apparently, the article didn't pop up when I just clicked on it, but apparently, a heartbeat abortion bill is passed in some state here in America. Ohio, that's what state it was.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what all.
Okay, so I do have that story pulled up. Whenever.
At what point do they develop? Are they developed enough to have a heartbeat? How long into the pregnancy?
Actually, it's pretty early.
Very, very early. Early.
I think around somewhere in the first
4 weeks.
Yeah, somewhere in the first trimester.
4 weeks you can actually hear a heartbeat.
So, if it's saying that an abortion can't be done after there's a heartbeat, then that's gonna make it. I mean, it'll be at the point where people won't even know they're pregnant so early that they'll not be able to have an abortion. Which, I mean, if you're pro-life, I don't have any solid stance on that. I mean, people have their reasons for doing things. So, I mean,
I don't feel one way or the other. I think it just should be left up to the individual. That's just what I think. I don't know.
Okay, so Dean Sonny said Ohio can't be born or aborted after first detectable heartbeat, which is between 4 to 6 weeks. So, yeah, and that's
4 to 6 weeks.
I mean, that's going to make it. That's all the outlawing abortion. It's echoing really bad. That's pretty much all but outlawing abortion because it's like 4 to 6 weeks is generally when you're finding out you're pregnant. So, yeah.
He said, "No, we'll wrap that shit."
Yep. Yeah, I mean, or freaking keep a Plan B pill on hand.
Is that better or no?
What if you're?
Sounds like
What if the girl you're with pokes holes in your condom?
Yeah.
It's happened before.
I know people it's happened to. That's
so,
why I said that.
Mickey's, and like I said, there's reasons where I could see people want to do it, and it's not my position to tell people how to live their life. So, like, if I speak on this abortion issue, shit will get heated. I say that because if liberals can call a Vietnam veteran a baby killer, why can't we do the same thing to them? I mean, I'm not gonna get into that kind of stuff on it. And the echo isn't chemically induced this time. So, there should be exceptions for women and girls that are raped. There should be exceptions.
I think there is. There generally is.
It depends. There are some places.
Yeah, it just depends.
It just depends generally. I mean,
just one of those issues where it's just like.
That's really one of those topics that I don't really want to get into whether or not we feel that it should be allowed or not, because that's just going to be a downward spiral that yeah. So
it's opinion based. It's not really debatable, you know.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, there are medical facts and all that stuff about it, but when it boils down to it, it's all opinion.
Yeah. So the Masters are going on right now.
Golf?
Yep.
I don't really pay too much attention to golf.
I
don't
either. I don't really either, but it's Tiger Woods is doing decently well. He's like 1 stroke behind the leaderboard.
Well, that's not bad.
So, golf is, making a reinsurgence because of Tiger Woods, basically.
It's like I've played
into the news and stuff. Apparently, there's like 5 people that are tied for the leader right now. So this Masters is supposed to be like really exciting. Well, for golf. You know how exciting.
How exciting can golf be? I've played golf.
I mean, I like to play golf. I do not like to watch it.
I've only done it once or twice. I think you and I went to the air.
We went to Torrey Pond. Oh no, we went to Torrey Ponds.
Well, I thought we went. I know we went. We actually went and watched.
Oh, me and William played.
Did we? I played with you in Guam, right?
No, I never played. You talking about on the Anderson Air Force Base?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never played there.
Oh, okay. I went out. I went and played golf with someone. I can't remember who all was there, but we went out and we were fucking around on the golf carts, getting drunk, drifting the golf carts and shit.
Yeah, that's like the best part of golf. The golf cart.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, I used to on the weekends just like take some beer and go to the driving range.
But I do have that story pulled up about the mall and the kid.
Okay.
So from what I have read, this guy, 24-year-old, he threw or pushed a 5-year-old boy off of the 3rd story balcony of the mall, about 40 feet, 40-foot drop. From what it's saying that he had no relations to the child at all, period. He said he did it because he has anger issues. This guy has also had several different incidents that happened at the mall, and including throwing stuff off of the 3rd story balcony. One time he threw a cup of water at a lady because she refused to buy him food. This guy,
sounds to me like
for whatever reason,
he needs to be medicated.
Yeah, it sounds like he's got a little bit more than anger issues going on.
If he's to throw a 5-year-old child off of a balcony for no apparent reason whatsoever, yeah, you have issues.
Well, it's the fact that it said he's got a history of throwing things off the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
So, and he was probably angry about something, and he ran up there and just grabbed the first thing that was throwable and chucked it. Is what it sounds like.
I like to shop.
Yeah, but a child is not. But he's in life, like, he has life-threatening injuries, but he is still alive and is stable. So.
Well, he should have just been a shot putter, man.
It sounds like this dude's other issues are about to get thrown out there because I'm sure during the court proceedings they're going to try to prove that there's some sort of insanity involved in that.
Oh no, he's in jail and he's being charged with homicide or attempted homicide.
And I'll agree with you on that, Dean. Like, if it were me and I were there and I saw this shit happen, dude probably wouldn't have been walking out of the thing.
Exactly, he would. But I guess it was like the mother and the child that was there.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't even know what happened until it was already too late. He just walked over and just like threw her child off. She had no time to even really react. Like, it sucked.
After the throwing, there's plenty of time to react.
Oh yeah, but what do? Go where your child is, or stay there and fight a guy? I mean,
first thing
you gotta choose.
First thing I'm gonna do is snap on dude. It's like, all right, dude, you got anger issues, check out mine. And then, because there's going to be other people going for the kid, I know that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I know me, I'd completely snap on the dude. Yeah, if he makes it out of jail, what Dwayne Wireman said. So yeah, he might get freaking offed in jail.
See, Jade, good point. Now the mall's like, oh yeah, he's banned for life. Why wasn't he banned for life before, after the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd incident? Why was he let back?
Mm-hmm.
But now after he threw a child off, that is the pushing edge to actually ban him now? No. 1st, 2nd, 3rd incident, or even the 2nd incident, he would have been banned for life. Like, if you're gonna throw shit and harm people, or try to harm people, then you're gone. Now a child is actually in very serious condition, and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, you're banned.
Mm-hmm.
No. A little too late, don't you think? People are idiots. Seriously.
So, hey Josh, if you want to cover that one story you brought up the other night.
What? The one No.
The
Nick
football one?
Bosa article?
Yeah.
No, that's a touchy subject.
Well, yeah, I know, but it's sporting news.
Not really. It was more of a racist article.
It kind of was. I mean,
Yeah.
let's put it out to the viewers and see what they think about it. Wall-to-wall counseling.
So I gotta find it.
Okay, it's in.
He needs to get his.
I know it's in Discord, but.
All right.
He needs to get his ass beat in jail.
Well, I put it in the officer chat also. I mean, for that kind of a crime, there's a good chance when he goes to jail waiting for his court date and all that stuff. If they don't put him in protective custody, he's probably gonna get at least his ass beat, if not put out by someone. Chino joined. Thanks for watching, Chino.
I mean, he's gonna get what's getting to him one way or the other.
Oh, it's gonna be coming for him. There's no doubt on that. So we got Josh picking up another story there. La, 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 la.
I'm looking for my other story that I have. I shared it the other night.
I don't even know this story. It's not really a story. It's just the guy who wrote an article about Nick Bosa. And he's saying, you know. Like, this is how it starts off. This is just the first paragraph. When NFL owners, conservative opponents, and generic store-brand white people denigrate NFL protesters for using their sports ball platform to highlight social issues, what they really mean is they don't like it when black people do it. When white people inject politics into sports, it's perfectly fine. So you can see how the rest of the article goes.
It does seem like it's very racially charged.
Well, I mean, I read the whole article, and then I was like, who the fuck wrote this article? And then I hate to, I'm not, saying anything, but I scroll up to the top, and it's a black guy writing, writing about white people. And I'm like, I just thought, what pissed me off about it, because I was like, if you flip the script, if a white dude wrote an article about a black athlete, or you know what I mean, it's just,
it wouldn't go.
It would be like, it'd be like, oh my god, they wrote this racist shit, and I was just like,
well, one thing you got to look at the source. It's called The Root, so I'm thinking that has something to do with it. But then at the same point, it's kind of one of those things. It's like they're making a big deal over it, and. So, I haven't heard anything about this dude Nick Bosa actually going out there trying to push his political.
He's pro-Trump. He's a Trump supporter. I guess, according to the article, he had a very outspoken social media.
Okay.
About politics and stuff. Also, according to the article, because Nick Bosa, if you don't know, is Joey Bosa's brother.
Okay.
He's like, according to Mel Kiper, who is like the draft guru for ESPN. Him and Tom Lachey. According to him, he's like the number 2 prospect in the whole draft.
Okay.
Like they project him to go number 2 overall to the 49ers.
What position is he?
He's a defensive end.
Okay.
He plays on the defensive line, just like his brother. He played for Ohio State.
Okay. So,
but I guess, like, I don't know. Like, the guy cites, like, things from his social media, like, Black Panther was the worst Marvel movie of all time. Nick Bosa said that. He also said, can there be a worse human than Draymond Green? He's just using those as examples.
I was going to say, I don't know who. I don't know who Draymond Green is.
He's an NBA player.
Okay. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
You're the sports guy. So.
Well, it's just, like I said, the whole article just seemed biased to me, and that's why I didn't really like it.
Okay.
That's why it pissed me off, because it just seemed like incredibly biased.
Got it. So let's go into.
Yeah, because at the end he says something like, what does he say? Where is it? I don't know. He's just like, basically he's saying, it's okay for Nick Bosa because he's white.
I don't know. Like I said, it seems like it's racially charged. Generally,
yeah.
I don't know. Let's go ahead and segue off of that one real quick, so we don't get into the.
I didn't want to talk about it in the first place for that reason.
I just wanted to get a little bit of it out there. So, let's go ahead and cover a couple normal stories. These are more politics, kind of what's going on in the world. So, apparently, oh Jesus, that echo's really fucking destroying me. All right, so apparently, President Trump has designated.
Okay, I've tried fixing it. We're gonna have to fix it later.
It's not gonna work to fix it later. Turn down your actual, not the Skype input, but your actual input on your computer. Trump designates Iran's elite revolutionary guard a terrorist. Seriously.
I'm fixing it.
You don't have to do all that. Trump designates Iran's elite revolutionary guard a terrorist as organization. So, this is the breaking news story. Please check back for updates as more information becomes available. The United States has formally declared that Iran's Revolutionary Guard, the country's elite military unit, is a foreign terrorist organization. This is the first time the U.S. has ever named a part of another government as a foreign terrorist organization, and it is an unprecedented move, which President Donald Trump acknowledged in a statement on Monday. This unprecedented step, led by the Department of State, recognizes the reality that Iran is not only a state sponsor of terrorism, but that the IRGC actively participates in, finances, and promotes terrorism as a tool of statecraft. Trump said, "The IRGC is the Iranian government's primary means of directing and implementing its global terrorist campaign. It underscores the fact that Iran's actions are fundamentally different than those of other governments." Let's see.
Statecraft, is that a new game coming out? Is it like StarCraft?
Yeah, it might be fun. That might be
a good strategy game. Statecraft.
That would be a good.
Dawn of the new era or something. I don't know.
I'm sure they've got one like that out there. So, yeah, I'm sure there's a game out there like that. But so in comments, Dean Cerny says, "Well, it is." So, and who knows, this could actually just be a move to be able to declare war, on Iran. So,
is that better or no?
It's ish, I suppose. But it's not, I don't hear myself as bad as I was hearing it earlier. So this article is almost done. I'll read the rest of it. So this action will significantly expand the scope and scale of our maximum pressure on the Iranian regime. It makes crystal clear the risks of doing business with or providing support to the IRGC. If you are doing business with the IRGC, you will be bankrolling terrorism, Trump continued. This action sends a clear message to Tehran that support for terrorism has serious consequences. We will continue to increase financial pressure and raise the cost on the Iran regime for its support of terrorist activity until it abandons its malign and outlaw behavior. So the move comes as the United States continues to put pressure on Iran for its terrorist behavior, whether in act or by funding terrorism worldwide. The U.S. has been putting economic and political pressure on Iran. Iran had reacted to the initial reports of the terrorist designation coming down the pipeline over the weekend, threatening that all calm for the U.S. military would end in that region. With this stupidity, the American Army and security forces will no longer have today's calm in the West Asia region, IRGC Commander Mohammed Ali Jafar reported. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo gives a press conference shortly after Trump's statement was released. With this designation, we are sending a clear message to Iran's leaders. The United States is bringing all pressure to bear all outlandish behavior, he said. We're asking all our partners and allies around the world to do the same. So, it's seeming like it's going to be a good opportunity to declare war on Iran. Of course, This may not be something we want to do, considering the things with Russia and China. You need to fix that, please.
Okay, I've already tried doing what I can.
Can you not do
What
that?
do you want me to do?
Turn down your input volume on your actual computer.
I did.
Do it some more. Right down here. Can you not do this on the stream? So go to recording, and you right click on your thing, properties, and you go to levels, and you can adjust your volumes there. Alright, so can you not do that? You will be fired if you keep acting like this. Alright, so another one.
Office. Why? Because you're fucking fired.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab a beer.
It would stop all this from happening, so...
Josh, if you could with a fun fact, please.
Yeah. There aren't very many good ones out right now. I've looked. Apparently there is a Fontgate scandal where the former Prime Minister of Pakistan was found guilty after the documents he submitted as proof of his innocence were typed in Calibri, a font that didn't exist at the time the document was supposed to have been drafted. So, yeah. That's pretty funny, actually.
That's pretty funny.
And then there's like a little meme that says using Calibri before it was cool.
Okay, I'm back.
You missed the fun fact, man. It's actually pretty
I did. What was it again?
So, there's like it's called the Fontgate scandal. The Fontgate scandal. So, like, yeah, the former Prime Minister of Pakistan, I guess he was found guilty after the documents he submitted as proof were typed in Calibri, and it didn't exist at the time the document was supposed to have been drafted. So like, he forged documents and did it in a font that wasn't even out. Like, and then there's like a little meme, and it shows some lady, and it says using Calibri before it was cool.
That's fucking funny. So,
So if you're going to forge documents, do your research, choose the right font.
How much investigation had to go into that to be able to?
I know, right? Like see the font.
Like someone must have been wanting to prove that it was fake, like really bad.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh wait, what font?
This font doesn't look right.
You have to know your fonts too. So, we got one more kind of politics story. Let's go into that real quick. So we got a Japanese F-35 that was apparently shot down or crashed, but was recovered before China and Russia got to it. Search for the pilot continues. So parts of a Japanese F-35A fighter have been recovered after it disappeared on Tuesday, prompting a joint search mission with U.S. forces, Japan. The U.S. guided missile destroyer USS Stetham. Did you try to adjust your input volume?
I did all of that. I did everything you asked.
USS Stetham joined in the search efforts in the Pacific Ocean where the jet was last recorded, recovering only some parts on Wednesday while the pilot remains missing, Fox News reported. Security experts have warned that China and Russia would try to recover the F-35 themselves in an attempt to reverse engineer it, which would be a major security problem for the U.S. The general shape of the jet is well known, as are its performance characteristics, so not much to gain there, but parts of radar and other sensors would be prime targets for recover and testing, even attempts at reverse engineering, Royal United Services Institute Air Combat expert Justin Bronk told Business Insider. The jet was last seen on radar approximately 85 miles east of Misala Air Base, not long after it and 3 other F-35As took off from the base. The cause of the crash is not yet known. Grounding orders have been given to the 12 other F-35s at Misawa. U.S. Navy P-8A maritime patrol aircraft from the U.S. 7th Fleet was also deployed to support the Japanese Air Self-Defense Forces rescue effort. The 5th Air Force Division is also supporting the mission. I mean, if we can't get it fixed, can you just mute your mic when you're not talking?
Right now.
A U.S. Forces Japan statement released Wednesday said U.S. Forces Japan will continue to work closely with the Japan Self-Defense Forces and Ministry of Defense to assist with search and rescue efforts. As requested, we continue to hope for the safe recovery of the pilot, and our thoughts are with his family and all of our Japanese partners as they conduct this search. So, the F-35 Alpha crashed and nobody knows why.
Well, alright then.
So, yeah. And we were able to find it before the Russians and Chinese did. So that's what I'm saying. We're having issues with Russia and China, and then there's also issues right now with Venezuela, and then we're going and picking a fight with Iran as well. There's some shit about to pop off in the world here very soon, I think. You know what I mean, Josh?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like shit's always going on. Whether or not it'll escalate to anything, who knows? I doubt it.
I mean, there's some things that might escalate. There's some things that might not. I don't know. The stuff with Russia and China seems like it's really starting to heat up. But Iran, I don't know. It's all interesting how that's working. Sorry, I'm freaking doing 15 things at once. All right. Your mic's still muted.
Well, might as well keep it off. Because all you guys are doing is talking, and then it's messing you up.
Do you know how to?
I think it's interesting that they don't know why it
I've done every
crashed.
single freaking setting that I could freaking even go to. I've turned that down. I've gotten the sounds. I've done everything you asked.
Can you not do this while we're live?
What we need to do is get my camera working so I can just do it from upstairs.
So, I don't know. Did you set it up to where it's your microphone? Yeah, it is your microphone. That's the only, I don't know. We'll figure it out at some point. So yeah.
You'll just have to do it later.
Yeah, we'll have to do it later. I don't know. It's the only thing I can say is if you could please, if you're not talking, mute your mic, because you picking me up and the echo is fucking me up, and then it gets through to the broadcast and it fucks up the broadcast as well. So I'm sorry. So Dean Cerny says saber rattling. Yeah, it's kind of just making threats and stuff like that, just trying to rattle people's freaking cages, I suppose. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how things end up working out in the way everything goes. But I guess let's move out of politics right now, and we'll go into a few other things. So we got that story covered. What's up, Josh?
In Connecticut, a pickle cannot legally be considered a pickle unless it bounces when dropped from a height of 1 foot.
I've heard that story. I don't know why they're getting so critical with their pickles.
I don't know. I mean, who knows? It could just be one of those dumb law things, like you ever look up dumb laws.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this.
That's because pickles are life. That's why.
No, pickles are not life.
I don't even like pickles, so I could give a fuck less if considered a pickle or not.
I won't say I don't like pickles, but I'll eat them every now and then. Like, sometimes I have a craving for a pickle, and I'll eat a few pickles. I like the little ones, the miniature pickles, the miniature dill pickles.
Yeah,
and I'll eat it.
They remind you of your penis.
Ha ha ha.
Come on, man. That was funny.
I got a pickle. I got a pickle. I got a pickle. Hey, 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 hey.
They're a little too big for that, so. No, nothing?
Yeah, you fucking ripped on yourself, bro. Like.
Oh, there we go. All right, so moving right along. So here's another one. This one may apply to Josh a little bit. So this one, I do have an article, but I'm probably not going to actually read the article and all that stuff. But it says your VA benefits. This is from Boone Cutler. This is being put out from Boone Cutler. He's someone who helps out a lot with the veteran community. He's a huge proponent for medical marijuana and it being allowed for veterans through the VA and all that stuff. But this was a post from him. It's talking about your VA benefits and marijuana use. He said your VA benefits are not in danger because of marijuana use. He said here's the policy. He linked a picture that had basically broke down how it works with marijuana in the VA. He says before someone says anything about the Second Amendment, because right now effectively in a lot of places that have legal marijuana, if you use legal marijuana, you're not allowed to have a firearm. But it says, before anyone says anything about the Second Amendment, the VA does not report to the DOJ in instances when a veteran requires a financial fiduciary. If you personally know of someone that lost Second Amendment rights because of marijuana, I'd like to speak with them and get them in front of the press. I hear stories but have never actually met anyone. Regardless, there's a lot of lore on the topic, but the fact is that VA benefits are not at risk because of marijuana use.
What are the rules? Oh, that you're about to do that, huh?
Yeah. So some things veterans need to know about marijuana and the VA. Veterans will not be denied VA benefits because of marijuana use. Veterans are encouraged to discuss marijuana use with their VA providers. VA healthcare providers will record marijuana use in the veteran's VA medical record in order to have the information available in treatment planning. As with all clinical information, this is part of the confidential medical record and protected under patient privacy and confidentiality laws and regulations. VA clinicians may not recommend medical marijuana. VA clinicians may also prescribe medications that have been approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for medical use. At present, most products containing THC or CBD or other cannabinoids are not approved for this purpose by the FDA. VA clinicians may not complete paperwork forms required for veteran patients to participate in state-approved marijuana programs. VA pharmacies may not fill prescriptions for medical marijuana. VA will not pay for medical marijuana. And VA scientists may conduct research on marijuana benefits and risks and potential for abuse. I can't read the last two words. So, but yeah. So there's a little bit more. I've actually got the link here, the article or whatnot. I'll link it in the chat down there if you guys want to read it. This is actually straight from the VA Public Health on marijuana.
Yeah, that's actually interesting because I've always wondered that myself.
So let's see. Legal weed is just a backdoor gun confiscation. Dean Cerny says. Mickey Siverson said, "Fun fact: Texas Chainsaw Massacre wasn't based on something that happened in Texas. It happened in Wisconsin. It actually happened on my birthday, August 20th. It was like 1970. Well, I was born in 82. It happened a few years prior.
76, right?
I think it was 76. Yeah, but it was on August 20th. I was born August 20th, 1982, which is kind of funny. But yeah, and Dean Cerny said they can also cut narcotics, which I don't know what that means. I don't know what he's referring to on that.
Maybe he's saying if they allow marijuana use. I don't know. So
that.
But yeah, I always wondered that myself. Like, so if you're, you know what I mean.
And if you have any serious questions about that, Josh, I can connect you with Boone Cutler. He'd be a person that could probably get you answers or get good information on just about anything. He does a lot of work with that stuff.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So, let's see. So there's that one. So if you had any questions about medical marijuana and all that stuff regarding the VA and all that, Boone Cutler is a very, very good person to get in touch with about that. If you need, get in contact with me. I can set you guys up, or just Google them and see if you could get in touch with them. So yeah. All right. So now we've got all the actually one more. I want to do the Ariana Grande story, and then
you loser, Dawn. You ditched out on us.
Wait, what?
He said, "What's up, losers?"
Oh, Don's watching?
Yeah, you're a loser. You ditched out on us. Mean and meaner.
Okay, so it says if you're on narcotic medication, they can refuse to give them to you. It's in the pain contract. So, I mean, I guess that makes sense because as far as narcotics go, there's not been enough studies done to understand how THC or marijuana will react with other narcotics and all that stuff. So, you know, right now that's probably just kind of covering their own ass, so they can't like, you know, can you even sue the VA?
No.
But so I guess so they can't be held responsible or anything like that. I don't know. I don't even know how that works. But
I'm almost definitely positive you can't sue the VA. I mean,
but it's the way the interactions between the two drugs aren't really known, like known. So it makes sense that they deny narcotics if you're already taking.
Yes, Don. I know you're at work.
I'm just thinking of cancer patients, you know.
Hmm. Well, cancer patients.
I don't know if they give them narcotics or not, but I know they give them Marinol, which is
that's synthetic and FDA approved. So, but I've also heard from a lot of people Marinol doesn't work the same. Well, I haven't heard from people directly, but I've heard a lot of research or people talking about it that Marinol doesn't actually work the same as actual, you know, smoking marijuana or consuming marijuana. It's not as effective and it doesn't do as well because it's synthetic.
They're saying you can sue the VA. I don't know. I just assumed that you couldn't because it's like when you're in the military, you can't fucking sue the military. Like,
I don't know.
I mean the doctors. Like I'm talking about the doctors, like the corpsmen and shit.
Okay. I don't know. Like, I've never even really looked into it. But, I mean, I'd assume maybe a doctor in the VA, because they're not necessarily, I mean, they are an employee of the federal government, but they're not necessarily military or ex-military either at that point.
I just feel like there's a clause somewhere where that protects them.
There probably is. I don't know. But, I mean, regarding all that, that's, you know, basically if you're looking to try to get it, you know, use medical marijuana, and as it was just said, I think it was Dean said in the Dean Cerny, if you try it and it works, refuse to fill your prescriptions and just smoke weed. I mean, and that sounds logical. I mean, if you know, and that goes, I'm guessing the narcotics also works over, because some of your depression meds and all that stuff are classified as narcotics. So, I mean, if smoking weed for you works better than taking any of the depression medication or anxiety medications or anything like that they're trying to prescribe for you, of course, use what works better for you, you know? So, but yeah.
I have to AFK for a second.
Okay. So, we're gonna go on and we're gonna talk about Ariana Grande. It's relevant because it's talking about PTSD. So is this the right article? Yeah. So Ariana Grande has shared a brain scan to show her terrifying levels of PTSD. So I don't know if you recall, but a couple of years ago there was a shooting, I believe, at one of her concerts and all that stuff, and apparently she suffers PTSD from that episode. Says in her Instagram story on Thursday, 25-year-old Thank You Next singer shared a scan of her brain that shows her levels of PTSD. Though it's unclear when and in what context the scans were taken, many are attributing them to an after effect of the Manchester bombing. Oh, it was a bombing at her concert, not a shooting. In 2017, when more than 20 people died following Grande's concert. The post showed side-by-side scans of two brains, one that's healthy and one that suffers from PTSD. The affected brain had highlighted regions that the healthy brain did not. Next, Grande shared an image of her brain, which had more highlighted areas than both the healthy and PTSD examples she gave. Grande called the scans hilarious and terrifying, but cautioned that the post was not a joke. And then here's I'll link this in the chat or the comments just so y'all can see it if you want to. But it's got pictures. It's got the pictures that she shared. Did I not copy? Yeah, that's it. So it shows the pictures that she shared on her Instagram. You know what it's talking about. So you got the healthy brain, just a couple little spots, PTS brain, that has got spots all over the place, and then her brain. Oh wow, yeah, she does have quite a bit more. In a July interview with Ellie, Grande opened up about how she coped after the Manchester bombing. When I got home from tour, I had wild dizzy spells, or I had really wild dizzy spells, this feeling like I couldn't breathe, she said. I would be in a good mood, fine and happy, and they would hit me out of nowhere. I've always had anxiety, but it had never been physical before. There were a couple of months straight where I felt so upside down. Just a month later, in an interview with Beats One's Ebro Darden, Grande discussed how people become permanently affected by attacks like Manchester. We see this shit on the news, and you feel bad. You tweet about it, you post a picture, you send your condolences, you say something, and then you move on. She said, but people are permanently affected by this shit. Mental health is so important, people don't pay enough mind to it because we have things to do. She added, we have schedules, jobs, kids, places to be, pressures to fit in, Instagram stories, whatever the fuck facade you're trying to put on, or facade you're trying to put on, trying to keep up. People don't pay attention to what's happening inside. So, and that's the end of that article. So apparently Ariana Grande has PTSD, and medical science is putting in work on being able to identify and also help with PTSD. So yeah. So Jade Lopez corrected me, it was a bombing, yes. And Dean Cerny says he can't smoke, shit makes him paranoid as hell. Dean, as far as that goes, that really, I think that has a lot more to do with what kind of strain you're smoking. Because Josh, and also, well, my anxiety's gone down a lot since I got on blood pressure medication. But for me, prior to that, before I got on the blood pressure medication, I would get, you know, really, really anxious. I would have high anxiety when I'd get too high, but I narrowed it down that depended on what strain I was smoking. So if I'd smoke a sativa, right? Yeah, sativa, that would get me more anxiety than if I smoked an indica, right? And now that I'm on my blood pressure is regulated, I don't get any anxiety when I'm smoking indicas, and I haven't really smoked sativas because I don't like them, so I don't know how those affect me. But with Josh, it's the same. Like, if he smokes a sativa, he gets real paranoid. He'll go into panic attacks. And if he smokes indica, that's not as severe for him. Right, Josh?
Unless I'm drinking. If I'm drinking, it doesn't matter. But sober, like,
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I was...
You got someone crawling across your camera,
Yeah.
bro.
I know. That's a freaking the fly.
No, I just read what they put. I didn't see anything. But
I know, it happens all the time.
I just thought it was funny.
The fucking fly crawling across the camera. And now the camera's on the top of the TV, so I can't freaking shoo him away. Because I needed to use the extension that we were using for the camera for my keyboard, so it doesn't get broke again. So, but yeah, so the Ariana Grande PTSD thing, there was that. After this, we can go get into the geek stuff by dropping the story about the WikiLeaks. And then after that, we're gonna be all geek stuff going on from there. So, just a heads up for everything. So
Geek stuff.
Yeah, we got some stuff on games. We got, you know, that stuff about the Batman, the secret of that Batman chair. If you want to put it out, we've got. There was a trailer leaked for Star Wars yesterday. The story.
Oh, episode 9. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, they actually dropped the title for it. The actual working title, or the actual title for it.
I don't think it was leaked. I think they just released the trailer.
No, yeah, the trailer was dropped for it. So, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. and a few other things about that. So we'll go get into the geek stuff after we finish this last story right here. So this one is, I mean, it kind of goes into the geek but more of tinfoil hat type stuff. So Julian Assange from WikiLeaks this week, actually just over the last few days, I do believe, he dropped a whole bunch of stuff on WikiLeaks. I don't even know what it is. I've got a link to it though, so I'll put it in the chat or the comments over there. But yeah, there was a big drop of a whole bunch of information from Julian Assange this week. So here's that if you guys want to look through it. Looks like most of it's from the 80s. So looking at the index of the files, so it's all from January 1980s. Oh, I saw something that looked like it was in the thousands right there a second ago. Yeah, 2011. 1 January 2011. So I'm seeing a bunch of stuff about ACMA abortion takedown. 1 January 1984.
What is this?
It's a bunch of stuff that just got leaked by Julian Assange on WikiLeaks.
Oh. Okay.
Just within the past couple days. So, it says, I referred to the complaint that you lodged with the they're complaints, or yeah, it looks like they might be complaints. I don't know. I just linked to it in the chat there. It's a massive list of all kinds of stuff. I saw there's North Korea. I saw Afghanistan mentioned a couple times. NATO master narrative. NATO biases Eastern European sales pitch. A lot of this stuff seems to be from 1984. So, a whole bunch of shit on Scientology. Holy shit. Yeah, so go ahead and check that out if you're interested in it. I just wanted to put that out there if you're interested in the WikiLeaks stuff. So, moving right along. So, there we go. Now we can get into the geek stuff, the nerd stuff. So, yeah. So this week, another thing that happened, this is science-oriented. We had the first pictures of a black hole that have ever been taken. Did you see those yet, Josh?
Yeah, I saw them.
So, I guess what basically it is they were able to find, this black hole where they could see it, and what you're seeing in it is actually the event horizon. That's the light that's coming from it, and that's just all the superheated gases and everything from everything being destroyed as it's coming down into the black hole. And if you look at the picture, I don't have it available to put on stream right now, but if you look at the picture, the small little black speck in the middle of the whole picture is, I guess they're saying it was something like 8 billion times the size of our sun, or 16 billion times the size of our sun, or something like that. So, and yeah, so it's absolutely massive. It's at the center of a galaxy.
That's why I was going to ask, how far away is it?
I don't have an article. I couldn't find an article on it. I was looking earlier. Let me see if I can find one real quick. I
wish they'd just fly someone through one so, and get it over with.
Like in what was that fucking movie with Matthew McConaughey? So,
Interstellar?
Yes, Interstellar. Because didn't he fly into a black hole on that?
I don't think so.
I think he did. I think that's how he got back.
Maybe.
So
I've only seen it a couple times.
I've only seen it once. So I'll read this article here. It's from the Inverse. Let's see. On Wednesday, astronomers announced that they'd captured the world's first image of a black hole, and the internet couldn't handle it. No, we're not talking about black hole Shrek movies or snarky opinion pieces about how this image of an object 55 million light years away, there it is, was so blurry. We're talking about how the internet literally couldn't handle the quantity of data collected by the 8 telescopes across 5 continents that make up the Event Horizon Telescope experiment that captured this image of the black hole at the center of the galaxy, Messier 87. Instead, the massive quantity of data collected by the radio antenna had to be flown on airplanes to central data centers where it could be cleaned and analyzed. So in addition to being a massive achievement of human ingenuity and understanding, one that confirms several theories about black holes. The M87 black hole image was also a Herculean feat of data storage and management. Over 7 days in April 2017, the EHT experiment turned all 8 telescopes towards M87. Synchronized by custom-made atomic clocks, they all started collecting the incoming radio signals from the distant black hole and logging this data on super-fast data recorders that had been built for this very task. We had 5 petabytes. Holy shit. Because a petabyte is 1,000 terabytes, isn't it?
If it's the next step up, then yeah.
So that's
the one right after terabytes, but for all I know, it could be more than that.
Let me see. Yeah. Let me Google. I want to say it's 1,000 terabytes. Petabyte. 2 to the 50th power bytes, 1,024 terabytes, or 1,000,000 gigabytes.
Yeah, it's 1,000 terabytes.
Yeah, so 1,000. That's a lot of data.
Yeah, considering most computers only have like 1 terabyte nowadays.
I'm running 1.5, so and that's higher than average. So that gas must be under some serious compression to glow like that. Shane Bomer said singularity. It's okay. Alright, so Marinol is bullshit. Alright, so we're going to continue on with this. Alright. Alright, where was I at? Confirms it. Okay, so we had 5 petabytes of data recorded. An associate professor of astronomy at the University of Arizona who specialized in data storage for the EHT experiment told reporters on Wednesday. It amounts to more than half a ton of hard drives. Holy shit. 5 petabytes is a lot of data. It's equivalent to 5,000 years of MP3 files. That's a lot of data. Here's why and how this one picture required the data equivalent of 1.39 billion copies of Old Town Road by Lil Nas X. Alright, the AHT experiment employed a technique called very long baseline infer. Okay, we're not gonna go into all this. So, and effectively, what happened? Effectively, what happened is when they got all this data.
It's off.
No, it's not. So effectively, what happened, when they got all this data together, they had a whole bunch of scientists at NASA, I think it was, start taking in and just combing through the data, combing through it and all that stuff, and getting it put together to get up into this picture. So get it put together in this picture, and what happened with that was, they were heralding one of the people who were working on it, on the whole project. It was a female, and there were pictures on Facebook, and it was brought up by a lot of people about how this woman, she worked on getting the very first picture of the black hole, and she even stated in interviews and all that stuff, it was a team effort. I didn't do all the work, I just helped. And effectively, now what happened, there's some more articles coming out that are like calling her out, putting her on blast because, she only did like 0.5% of the work on putting this thing together. But, when you're dealing with that massive amount of data, I mean, any small percentage of work on that is going to take a long time. So, I mean, she put in her fair share of work, and so did a bunch of other people. So I don't think it's fair that people are freaking dogging on her, saying, "Oh, she only did like 0.5% of the work." It's like, well, yeah, you're talking, like they were just saying.
My answer would be, how much did you do?
Yeah, exactly. So, sorry, I'm, Alright, so I guess I could have just said that.
Yeah.
So, instead of typing it, I would say it. I have a 500 gig M.2 NVMe, and I got a 1 terabyte solid state storage drive. So, it works for what I do with it. So, going forward some more. So, I don't want to get too much into any more of that. So, people are already leaving. All right. So, what are we gonna go on now? So now we're gonna go into story mode and stuff like that. Games and stuff. Only a little bit left on that. All right. So. I guess apparently one of the issues that they've been having with World of Warcraft on this new expansion that they had was the gear. I guess there's been issues with the gear. Josh, do you know anything about that? Have you heard anything?
I haven't heard about it, dude. I haven't played it. I bought it and I haven't played it yet. And I don't know, man. A lot of people don't like this one for some reason.
So they're saying Blizzard finally details how it's fixing World of Warcraft's bad gear system, and it looks awesome.
I don't know what they changed. I don't know what is bad gear. Are they just talking about the like? I don't know what they're talking about. I have to watch the video or something.
So apparently it has something to do with the trinket or the whatever the artifact thing that you got.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. It had to do with the legendary necklace.
Yeah, the Heart of Azeroth is what it's being called in this article.
Yeah, yeah. So it's the legendary necklace you get.
Okay. So
which is the only thing I could think of what there'd be a problem with. But go ahead, yeah.
So they're saying the Heart of Azeroth will now act like an artifact weapon from Legion, giving you a powerful active ability and some nice passive bonuses.
Oh, okay.
One of the biggest issues plaguing World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth since it launched last year is the way players earn and upgrade gear. The Azerite armor system sounded cool on paper and was fun at first, but players quickly...
Socialism.
Yeah, right. But players quickly came to despise the grind of leveling up their Heart of Azeroth necklace just to unlock Azerite traits on new pieces of armor, especially when those traits were ones they already unlocked once before. It was a bad system and one that Blizzard has spent the last 8 months trying to fix, with some small tweaks and more interesting traits. But World of Warcraft's upcoming 8.2 patch is overhauling the entire system and it looks so much better. During a live stream, senior game designer Jeremy Fiesel gave players their first real look at patch 8.2, Rise of Azshara. Like any major patch, it'll introduce new zones, dungeons, and raids, but one of its most anticipated features is a complete rework of the Heart of Azeroth, which Fiesel detailed in full. When Rise of Azshara launches sometimes this summer, Azerite armor will no longer be tied to the level of your Heart of Azeroth. Instead, Azerite traits will all be unlocked automatically, so players can freely choose between which traits are most desirable to them. The Heart of Azeroth will now instead act like an artifact weapon from Legion with a skill tree of nodes that unlock as you farm Azerite and increase its level, and best of all, a powerful active ability you can use in combat. But here's the kicker. You get to customize which abilities your Heart of Azeroth has. As Fiesel explains, players will acquire Titanic essences that each have a major and minor power. Major powers are unique active abilities and that will change your combat rotation, while minor powers are passive buffs when placed in your Heart of Azeroth's major slot. Both a Titanic essence, major and minor power are activated, while minor slots only activate minor powers. So a fully fitted Heart of Azeroth should grant a player 1 major power and 4 minor powers. Okay, that's pretty neat. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they've been doing. Like, I haven't, like I said, I bought it. You bought it. You pre-ordered it and didn't even play it.
Yeah, I know. I burnt out on WoW.
I'm afraid to play it because I won't play anything else.
And that's kind of, I got burnt out on WoW, and I don't want to have to. It's very time consuming. Very, very time consuming.
Well, if you like it, you like it. I play for in-game only. Like raiding and dungeons and PvP. Like, that's all I... A lot of people like WoW for a lot of different reasons. I prefer just the in-game. I love to raid. It's really fun to me.
I was more a fan of open world PvP and that kind of stuff, so that's all gone the way of nothing. So I don't know. It's one of those things. I don't know. There's a chance I might at some point start playing WoW again, but probably not. I don't know. So we'll move on with the gaming news, gaming stories. Over here we've got I guess Epic's having some issues with Fortnite now. What was one of the biggest, most popular games there was. But apparently Epic keeps pissing off Fortnite pros. Fortnite is in rough shape as the World Cup qualifiers kick off. Fortnite pros thought airplanes were the worst of it, but after the sudden removal of a beloved health bonus per kill and the addition of an even more broken vehicle, Fortnite pros are about as sad mad as I've seen them. With just one more day until the Fortnite World Cup Online Open qualifiers, a competitive event with $1 million at stake each week. Each week? $1 million each week? Jesus Christ. Fundamental changes.
Well, you gonna go play Fortnite now after the show?
Probably not.
I need $1 million.
I'm not a big fan of Fortnite either myself. So, fundamental changes and unresolved bugs are going to piss pros off. With that much money on the line, who can blame them? Sure, Fortnite pros have been complaining about the state of Fortnite since the dawn of Fortnite. They're pros. They spend over 40 hours a week playing the game. They probably see trees less than the average person. Wind? The heck is wind? Fortnite pros do tend to know when an update or addition is refreshing for the competitive meta or totally broken. Doesn't help that Epic has a history of deploying changes at exciting but extremely inconvenient times. Let's see. And in the run up for the Fortnite World Cup, one of the biggest esports competitions in history with a total of $100 million in prize money on the line, Epic is making sure the hits keep on coming. Holy shit. People are making that much money playing Fortnite?
Must be nice, right?
You gotta be fucking shitting me. Is there anyone who really gives a fuck? So, yeah. So, yeah, Fortnite is... Damn. I just kind of find it kind of crazy that Fortnite, you can make that much money on Fortnite. That's really...
I'm just... For me, the whole Battle Royale thing is like zombies. Like zombie genre. Like, it's just outplayed now. I can't stand Battle Royale games.
I don't know. I'm gonna always enjoy...
I mean, they put it in every fucking game now.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm gonna always enjoy the zombie genre, but zombies have kind of always sort of had their spot in games. I mean, it's like, you know, they've always had their spot, and now they're kind of moving it along from it's less, you know, zombies to where it's just kind of like monsters and all that. I mean, it's kind of hard to like have an apocalyptic event hit the planet and everyone, effectively, the majority of people are dead, and, you know, have some sort of monster there that's now the problem without it, you know, being associated with zombies. It's like, you know, The Last of Us. I'm still looking forward to The Last of Us 2 when that comes out. But The Last of Us, that's kind of sort of... it is a zombie game, but then again, it's not a zombie game. They're, you know, the people, and you're at risk of being infected as well and all that stuff and dying from it. But, you know, it's a spore type thing. It's like a fungal infection that ends up taking over, you know, your body and all that stuff. It's actual... I mean, in the design of the you know, disease or sickness or whatever it is in The Last of Us is actually kind of based off of real life things. So like there's that fungal thing with ants. So basically they get infected by this fungal infection, and it takes over their neurological processes, and it makes them climb up to a high point, and then once they get up to the highest point, they just kind of post up there, and then they die, and then the spores and all that stuff drop from them and infect other ants. So, I mean, that's effectively what that is. I mean, I guess you could call it zombies, but, you know, I mean, I don't know. I'm okay with the zombie genre, whereas you're not, but it's the whole Battle Royale thing. I think they're really overplaying the Battle Royale thing.
Yeah, it's just overplayed. I mean, they put it in every game now. Like,
yeah, Battlefield,
Black Ops 4, Black Ops 4 has Battle Royale.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, there's just so many now. It's just like, come on, man. Like, I don't know. I never liked it in the first place.
Yeah.
I mean, you fucking drop in. You either don't see anybody and you survive, or you see someone and they have a gun and you don't, because you just dropped in and you die.
It's designed to be addictive.
It's just boring as fuck to me.
It's designed to be addictive. It's designed to make you feel like you've done good, no matter how it ends up. I mean, for the most part. I mean, obviously, if you're the first one that dies, you're not going to feel like you did good. But I mean, it's designed so that the most amount of people as possible feel as though they've done well. So it's like you were saying, if you drop in, you stay on the outskirts, and you slowly work your way in, and all that stuff, you know, you're gonna feel like you did better because of the fact that, as you're working your way in there, you're obviously gonna be one of the last people alive. So, Jesus Christ, and then, going on from that, I'm getting blown up from all fucking fronts. All right, so going on.
Yeah?
Oh, that's Josh. So, but going on from that, hey, if it sells games, is it the developer's fault?
I mean, they don't give a fuck. It sells games.
Exactly. It's Don's right. Is it the developer's fault or the consumers from playing and buying them?
It's not the developer's fault at all. Like,
no, they're following the trend.
If that's what's popular, that's what they're gonna do. I mean.
Exactly.
I'm just saying I personally don't like it. I'm not saying it's not popular or anything like that. There's lots of people that love the Battle Royales. I just personally hate them.
But yeah, and that's why so many people enjoy them, because they're specifically designed to give you the feeling of doing well. So if you're on the outskirts, you're going to end up being in the top, selection of people. You're going to be in the top 50, top 20, all that stuff. If you rush right in and start killing people, you're going to be getting lots of kills and all that stuff. So it's, you're always going to feel like you did well. I read an article on it once and how it's like specifically designed to be addictive for that case. So, but yeah. And I think Josh had to go hit the restroom, so he'll be right back. So I'm going to be sitting here. Hey, Des, do you have anything you want to talk about?
Here is a story that I shared the other day. So a 22-year-old woman got super drunk and decided that she was going to go swimming and bite some dude's fishing line and swim away with his lure in her mouth. The guy called the cops on her, and this is in Florida, which, Florida has a lot of crazy, insane stories. But yeah, so she decided she was going to be, I guess, his biggest catch of the day after she cussed him out and took off with his lure.
She cussed him out?
Yeah, and then bit his fishing line and swam away with the rig in her mouth.
Was she, angry at him for fishing?
I don't know. She was drunk. So she was drunk when she decided to do this. And then when the cop, because the cops ended up, was like, well, you need to come to the office. She came, but she didn't want to go inside. So she's like, I'm fucking naked. Several times before she was later arrested for disorderly conduct. But there was no violence, and she ended up going to jail willingly eventually. But, yeah.
I mean, this whole story just sounds like a drunk vegan who saw someone fishing and was just like,
Probably.
Tried to make whatever statement she could. She cuss him out, bites his fishing line, and then dives in the water and swims away. Like, catch me, you son of a bitch.
Right. You should have.
Like, if you shaved, I would. That was not a very good setup on that one. I didn't play that one quite right. That was, that was supposed to be a joke.
Yeah. That was...
It's terrible.
Yeah. That was awful.
I'm just kidding.
Like, that was.
I don't know. Could have been a good joke.
Well, the vegans, you know, they're typically, you know, another thing with vegans is they're the people who like don't shave, like as far as women. So they'll have like.
Yeah, you're talking about. I call those granola people.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Granola people,
like,
really.
Yeah, well, because when I grew up in West Virginia, like you had women that's what they were called.
Mm-hmm.
They were called granolas because they didn't shave their armpits, and it's kind of like an extreme hippie, like.
Yeah, basically. That was that's where that joke was going, but.
Don's comment.
It's Shane Bomer, an ex-hooker. Well, she was just hooked.
Well, Don says maybe she wanted his fishing pole in her tackle box.
Mm.
Maybe, but man.
Maybe that's just true.
So
people are just fucking crazy. People in Florida are crazy.
Florida people, definitely, yes.
I mean, here in the morning, like, there's a radio show, and they always do a segment, like, I can't remember what they call it. But, yeah, it's a segment where they talk about a crazy story from Florida every morning.
Well, we have a show on VRS who's basically made their fame off of telling stories of Florida man.
Yeah, the Redcon 5.
Like, every week they're telling stories about Florida man. But let's go ahead and move along a little bit. So we've got the Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. So they dropped the trailer for Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker yesterday. Among the things that people are really excited about the theater is, of course, they dropped the trailer for, you know, the next Star Wars movie. So a lot of people were excited about that. And then another thing that they were excited about is going through the trailer. Towards the end of the trailer, there's a maniacal laugh that you hear, and a lot of people are excited about that because they're thinking that's going to be the return of General Palpatine, because this is the Rise of Skywalker. So they're going back further into the story. So this is going to be before the first ones were made, but after the second set of movies were made, right, Josh?
Sure. I honestly don't know. I have no.
Because
Star Wars to me blends together after a certain point, like.
Because I think how it works is
I haven't even seen the new trailer, so I have no idea, dude.
The second set of 3 movies that came out in the 90s, 2000s was.
So I honestly spaced out too, so I really don't even know what you were asking me. But
Okay.
I'll tell you the truth.
So the second set of movies
like
that came out.
Menace, that was the prequels.
Yep. So those were early in the story. So J.J. Abrams confirmed the Emperor is coming back. Okay, cool.
Nice.
So
I
yeah.
love J.J. Abrams.
So the prequels, those were early. Those were like telling the story of effectively Darth Vader, I guess you could say. I mean, to break it down to brass tacks and real basic with that. And then the first set of movies that were in the 70s, those were a while after that. So I think this movie, The Rise of Skywalker, is going to be somewhere in between those, as far as that goes. I guess they all have been, haven't they? The ones that they've been coming out with right now?
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
See, this is where Don was handy because he knew this stuff really well.
Yeah, I don't.
I know he's in. Oh, you're muted.
He's at work.
Yeah, he's at work, but he's in the comments.
He's at work, and at least he's kind of here.
He's commenting.
I'm not gonna get over the fact that he ditched us because of work.
Des is always salty though.
Why?
Don said
because
he had an opportunity, he took it. What's wrong with that?
So apparently,
No, I love the fact that he did, but I miss him.
he says you're killing me, Smalls. So I'm wrong
Oh,
about
I'm
something.
sorry, Don. We missed you here.
No, because the new ones they came out with were like I'm trying to like figure out the timeline.
I'm trying to also. I don't know, Don. Apparently, I'm wrong about something. It goes 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 7, 8, 9.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's right.
And this one that's coming out, which one is this one going to be?
This is 9.
This is 9. So this is the last one, and
it's following. Jesus Christ, I can't remember any names or anything. Just like yeah, never mind. Just forget. I'm too spacey right now.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, because 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3. Those were the prequels, and then 7. I mean, he's right.
He is.
I just can't. I just haven't seen the new ones in a while, and I can't fucking remember what the fuck they were. Yeah, this one's 9. Yeah, episode 9.
Okay. Well, Don knows why we need him.
I don't particularly like the new ones, so. Yeah, Ray. That's right.
Ray?
Yeah, she's the new hero, whatever you want to call the.
Okay. So I watched. As far as the newest ones, I watched. Can you mute? So as far as the new ones, I watched the ones that were the first new one that they dropped. I didn't watch the one that was all about Prince or the chick. I can't remember her name or the actress's name. No, I don't know. And then I watched the one where Han Solo died.
That was a spoiler alert.
No, that was the last one.
No, I was just saying. Maybe people haven't seen it.
It was the one that had the original Princess Leia in it, and then it had
yeah, that's when you find out who Kylo Ren is.
Okay. So I watched that one. Okay, more or less Kylo Ren, Ben Solo. Okay, so I just didn't watch the middle one of the 3 most recent ones. Or were there only 2? There were only 2.
Well, yeah. Well, the third one is the one that's coming out.
I thought Disney made 3 of them already, though.
I think Dance on. Yep.
Hey Don, did Disney already make 3 movies though? I thought they did. Maybe it was the first one I didn't watch, and then I watched the second one. I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah. God damn it! Call me on Skype, you motherfucker. So he's already in the call, so we can add him.
Oh.
Don's here.
You guys are fucking killing me.
Yeah, you're killing me.
Go away, Don. You're not welcome here.
Okay, bye.
I'm joking. No, stay.
Too late. Fuck that up, Dez.
Oh. No, calm back. I was only joking.
He's back. He's back.
You gonna be nice?
Yes, I'll be nice. I'll behave. I'm sorry.
Alright, Don, we need your knowledge, bro.
Alright, so, yes, the one out in the 70s came out, 4, 5, 6, and then the prequels in 2000s out 1, 2, and 3. And now they come out with the new ones, which are 7, 8, and 9. This latest one being 9.
Okay, so Disney's only done 2?
No, Disney's done 3 and then 2 prequels.
Okay. But, well, I mean, aside from... Oh, they did 2 of the prequels, too?
So 5 total.
They did Rogue One, and then they did Solo.
Okay, so Solo is the one I watched. I didn't watch Rogue One, I think is the one I didn't watch.
Yeah, Disney's the reason why these are coming out back to back to back. But since Solo tanked, they're not going to make any more after 9. And so they're going to put everything on hiatus, and then they're going to go to the Disney Plus streaming service, which The Mandalorian's coming out. And are there any other ones coming out on Disney Plus?
What was it, sir?
Disney Plus. They're coming out with The Mandalorian and anything else? You know? Oh, Clone Wars might be coming back.
Yeah.
The animated series. And
Yeah,
I think that might be it for now.
Okay. See,
So, yeah.
that's where
See, that's why we need you, Don. That's why we need you.
Don's got that knowledge. So, but yeah, they dropped the so in they did actually verify that maniacal laugh was in fact Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah, they actually at what was it, Star Wars Celebration, they got the actor to actually present the trailer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, cool.
They did that. So the director, J.J. Abrams, confirmed that he's coming back. I don't know in what form. You know, one with the dark side or whatever can survive.
Okay.
So they'll fucking retcon something.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I am actually kind of looking forward to this one, though. It seems like they're putting a little more effort into it than they did the other ones.
In a way, I mean, I'm not a fan of the new ones because they had potential to like really go back to the original characters in the story and said, yeah, they just like killed everybody off, and they're trying to, I guess, I mean, they are old. And they're trying to, like, you know, branch the story away from the core cast members. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand that. But it's like they're not really getting, you know, a whole bunch of work. But Ford's like, what, almost 80?
I think so.
So,
Yeah,
And then-
he's old as
so, I
fuck.
mean, we can't really expect him to do much acting after that. However, Christopher Lee, who played Saruman in Lord of the Rings, was acting in his 90s. So
Mm-hmm.
Harrison Ford can suck it.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I guess people age differently because, like Sean Connery, he's about the same age, and he has been acting, what, 10 years, 15 years, probably?
Well, yeah, but he actually retired. That and the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen fucking tanked.
Yeah.
So it was
So-
like, yeah, that was it. He didn't even come back for a cameo in Indiana Jones. He was like, nope, retirement's too good.
Yep. And then, is it a chance that they didn't, that, like, Solo tanked because Han Solo was killed in it? And people just didn't...
No, it was more like it was a story that didn't need to be told.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they were just like, the movie came out and it was just full of like Easter egg things that really didn't need to be explained or shown, you know?
So, okay. It makes sense why it would have tanked then. I mean, I liked Solo myself, but I'm not, like, a huge follower of Star Wars either, so...
Yeah, but it's like nobody asked for the movie. They're
Yeah.
just like, oh yeah, by the way, and everybody, all the fans are just like, yeah, we don't need this.
Okay. That makes sense, I guess. So,
Yeah,
I'll give number 9 a chance and see how it works.
right.
So, and other than that chair that you were talking about you wanted to get, how much is that thing?
Oh.
I know Secret Labs chairs are expensive. It doesn't have a price listed on the website.
$430.
$430. Oh, that's not too bad compared to the prices of Secret Labs. I thought because of the licensing for Batman, that thing would have been stupid expensive.
Yeah, but no, I'll probably get like a cheap $100 chair. But then I decided on getting a cheap chair. Then I saw that and I was like, oh well, fuck.
I've always wanted a Secret Lab chair. Secret Labs chairs are awesome, but I don't have a desk right now, so I don't need a desk chair.
It's funny. I've never even heard of
Yeah,
them.
the thing is the warranty. But I mean, I can get, because the thing is with a lot of those manufacturers is that they, you know, the actual people that make the chairs make chairs for like a whole bunch of other companies, and the companies just do like, you know, their own branding on it. So you can get a cheap chair with the same quality.
Oh, okay. So you're basically just paying for the Secret Lab name.
Yeah, that and the warranty.
Okay.
It's like buying.
All right.
Buying, like,
So that's pretty kick-ass. Yeah. $430. Shane Bomer says $430. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
So
but
But yeah, as you said, you could probably just go out and get a basic chair of the same quality for about $100. Which I told Josh you can usually, because he was saying like, that doesn't seem too expensive for a desk chair. I was like,
I mean,
I don't
not
know.
really.
Like average desk chair, you can get a good one for about $100. I mean,
Not.
Yeah.
I mean,
You can get like all those racing chairs and everything for like 100.
mm-hmm.
And they're going to be about the same quality. Whether or not they're covered by a lifetime warranty, that's a completely other issue.
Yeah.
However, they sell replacement parts online, so
Okay. You could always just fix your chair. The only problem I ever had with a chair was the plate on the bottom ended up breaking and your chair just kind of tips over.
right.
Oh. So yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all we had to talk about today. We thank you for showing back up though, Don. Awesome hearing
Yeah,
your
sure,
voice,
guys.
seeing your face, getting you in the show again.
Yeah, we
Right.
miss you, Don. We miss you.
Oh.
Des,
Sorry.
you miss everybody. It doesn't matter who you're talking to. You miss them.
Whatever. I don't
Oh,
like
okay.
you guys anymore.
I just didn't know exactly. I said 3 months. So.
Well, either way, with that, we're gonna go ahead and cut out early this week. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you so much for jumping in and helping us out with that there, Don.
Sure.
And just know, if you ever have the time or the availability, you can jump in the show anytime you want. So, with all that, thank y'all for watching.
Yeah, I'll try and chime in anytime I get.
Awesome, dude. So, thank y'all for watching. We love y'all faces. Make sure you check back on VRS for all the other shows we got. We got BV Nation coming on tomorrow night. We got ThreatCon 5 coming on Monday night, and we got a whole bunch of other shows throughout the week. So, come back to VRS. Check those people out. With all that being said, I'm Athen. Check me out on Facebook. Look me up, Athen Daily. You also look me up anywhere else on social media at It's 1700 somewhere, or Ale Train Fighters. Thank y'all so much. Love you. I'm Athen. Going on.
I'm Desiree. You can find me on my Facebook page, The Compendium. It's been a crazy long time before I posted anything on there. Or you can find me on my personal page, Desiree Nunn. Josh.
Oh yeah, I'm Josh.
Hey guys, I'm Don, gone but not forgotten. You can find me online at Screaming Honey. That's 2 N's on just about any social media platform.
Awesome.
I like that. Dawn, but not forgotten. I do like that. I like that.
That was pretty epic.
With all that said, thank y'all for watching. Thank you again, Don. And we'll catch you next week, same time, same place.